What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Long day. Jack Daniels. Straight. Always got to have Jack Daniels straight. I never understand people that mix it with ice. Okay, a couple of cubes, but Coke, it's just spoiling the drink. You don't need a chaser. Just be careful. Have a couple of sips now and again. But Jack Daniels straight. My favourite drink. In fact, this is not a drinking show, obviously, but my favourite drink is single barrel Jack Daniels. Woo, so smooth. So smooth. Alright, let's talk boxing, obviously. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Let's talk Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Obviously, this is the fight that happens in about, what, 5 weeks' time now. And contrary to what I'm going to say now, I'm super pumped for it still. I've said this numerous times. I think it's almost 2 semi-finals, right? Joshua Parker and Wilder Ortiz, and the winners will not meet straight away. Don't expect that to happen, but the winners will meet down the line. I think late 2018, sort of September, October, or maybe early 2019. Don't be disappointed. That's just how it is. Plus, I think we've got good fillers if they don't meet. For example, I wouldn't mind seeing Povetkin versus Joshua if Joshua smashes Parker. I think that's a good matchup, and I wouldn't mind seeing even Dillian Whyte versus Wilder if both of those people come through their respective fights. So, although people might be upset that that fight doesn't happen straight away, i.e. Wilder Joshua, don't be too upset. Another sip. So I've been the biggest fan of Luis Ortiz for a while. I think I always, especially when it comes to heavyweights, because heavyweights for a few years haven't been the best technically. When you do see a technically gifted heavyweight, someone that moves and throws it right and just doesn't look for power shots, you kind of get excited. So for me, watching Luis Ortiz come up, even in fights against like Latif Coyote, Tony Thompson, those type of performances, Bryant Jennings definitely, I thought, okay, we've got a heavyweight that is clearly skilled here and isn't just relying on power, like Deontay Wilder, for example. So I've been uber excited about him. And now actually, there was a time period for a couple of years where I actually thought he was the best heavyweight on the planet. I still think that's possible, but having watched his last couple of performances, not the one recently, but the one maybe against Dave Allen, and of course the one against Malik Scott, you do have question marks. I have question marks that maybe I didn't have before. And I think, as the thumbnail goes, there are 2 reasons for me why Deontay Wilder beats him. I still think it's a close fight. I still think Luis Ortiz could beat Deontay Wilder. But if Deontay Wilder is going to beat Luis Ortiz, these are the 2 reasons. Number 1, Luis Ortiz is about 75 years old. Yeah, true. Luis Ortiz says he's born in 1979, which makes him 38. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, Luis Ortiz, you're not. Look, I've not seen a birth certificate. I'm just going on the eye test. The eye test tells me Luis Ortiz, okay, joke aside, not 70, whatever. But the eye test tells me Luis Ortiz is at least 46. At least. I'd say, no, not at least. I'd say about 46, 47. That's an old man. That's an old man. And if he is 46, 47, that's a bit old, isn't it? It's a bit old. Especially for someone like Deontay Wilder, it's a bit old. So I'm not sure how his age is, which means for me, if it does go to a tough 10-round fight, might go a few rounds this one, the gas tank will start to deplete very, very quickly. Because if he is 46, 47, he is at least 17 years past his prime. That's a long time to be past your prime. But jokes aside, the second biggest one, the most glaring, obvious reasons to why Wilder probably beats Ortiz is because I just don't know how good Ortiz is. The fact is, Ortiz has failed 2 drugs tests. I think, is it 2 or could it be 3? Now, if someone fails 2 drug tests, or 3, let's just say 2 for argument's sake, it basically means you just didn't cheat on those 2 occasions. It means you got caught on those 2 occasions. So that means other decent performances like Bryant Jennings, like Tony Thompson, 2 guys that are flowing in and around the top 10 when he fought them. So those 2 impressive performances could be related to drugs. Could be. It could be. So I don't know. Was that Ortiz on drugs? The guy that knocked out Tony Thompson, the guy that knocked out a strong, tough Bryant Jennings, or was that him clean? If that was him clean, fantastic performances. If that was him on some form of performance-enhancing drugs, then we just don't know what we're getting with Ortiz. Because when I judge Ortiz in terms of how he matches up against Wilder, yes, boxing ability is one thing, but I think, okay, to beat Wilder, you are going to need a bit of power. And the results he's shown me to have power with are against Tony Thompson and Bryant Jennings. If those results are absolutely clean, then you know what, we've got a great matchup, because I think skill-wise he's better than Wilder, and I think he's showing me that he's got a bit of pop. If those results are based on performance-enhancing drugs, then we have a problem. We have a problem. But what do you guys think? Am I exaggerating? Or do you guys understand what I'm saying? In the sense that you only get... Yes, he got caught twice, but let's be honest, you didn't just cheat twice. If you're a cheater, for me, you've done it a number of times and you've just been caught twice. And if so, no one knows how good he is. Skill-wise, we obviously know how good he is. But I'm talking stamina. I'm talking strength. And those two glaring things, for me, are where performance-enhancing drugs come in and aid you. And if he's been aided in those two, then what Ortiz is coming to the ring against Wilder, I don't know. I don't know. And that's why I think Wilder possibly beats him. Because I don't know if he's got enough strength, and I don't know if he's got enough stamina. Remember, I said already, his age is 70-something. So we know the stamina probably ain't going to be there. So we're going on strength. And I think he's